Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome back. Happy Friday. We made it another week. Okay, so you've hung in there. We are working on parts of a plant and the life cycle of a plant this week. I'm going to ask you to get a few things today. So you are going to need something to write with and 2 pieces of paper, some sort of paper, or maybe the front and back. The choice is yours. So while I'm sharing my screen, go grab those things. Yesterday, we left off with you getting to draw your imaginary plant, okay? So hopefully you've done that. You have posted on your portfolio and we can all see your wonderful imaginary plants. And I'm sure I've gotten some real doozies on my page because I know my class has a great imagination. So today, you're going to kind of hang in there with me, friends, because we're at the end of this. We've learned about the life cycle. Now we're going to apply it. There are 5 pictures here on the screen, but they show the different stages of a life cycle, but they're all mixed up. They're not in the right order. So you're going to help me to label each one of the stages 1 through 5. Okay? So let me get rid of the directions. Let's take a look at what we have. That kind of looks familiar. If you have that seed packet that you picked up at Washington West, I bet that picture right there might look similar to something that was in your baggie. I'm thinking of the kidney bean because this reminds me of a bean. Maybe this one's a lima bean because it's green. I don't know. So let's take our pen. Let's grab a nice bright color today. What goes first? Which picture as my cursor goes over it? Oh, this one? Okay, settle down. We'll label this one with 1. We first need to plant the seed in the ground. So what comes next? The flower? No, come on. Mrs. Morgan's crazy. All right, so the first thing it does is it gets its roots, and the roots we never see. So that must be down here. I'm gonna label that 2. And then what comes next? I kind of like this picture. I don't think it's a flower yet. Oh, I almost forgot this guy over here. What is he? Oh, the stem. Yep, the stem comes next. So let me put a 3 there, which means I must have to go back down here because leaves always come before the flower. The flower is the last thing to bloom, so to say, when I look at a flower. So have I labeled it correctly? Seed, root, stem, leaves, flower. I think I did. I'm gonna make sure that you are following along. Not asking you to draw this out, not asking you to write it yet. We do have some open-ended questions though today. How does a plant interact with its environment, sun, water, soil, and or the air at each stage of the life cycle? Well, I know that in the beginning stages, when you plant a seed, when the seed is planted, it needs water, soil to be planted in, and the sunlight, to warm the seed, right? Kind of like that incubation period. It's got to be warmed. It's got to have the nutrients from the soil and the water to help it start to sprout. And hopefully you've seen that in those baggies where your seeds have actually sprouted roots. Maybe you let it go long enough and you started to see a stem coming. That's kind of the way that we've tried to work it so that you could be able to see what really happens in the soil. So what else? What else does it need? So be thinking as you're writing this out, and I'm going to ask you to pause the video, write out how does a plant interact with its environment, and make sure you include sun, water, soil, and or the air at each stage of the life cycle. Now, I gave you the first stage, and you're welcome to use mine. Now, go to the next stage in your life cycle. Look at those pictures that you made earlier this week and apply that. So pause your video, busy writing, go, go, go. Okay. Hopefully you've written this out so that when you go to do your Nearpod lesson today, you can just type in your answer, edit it as you type, make sure capital letters, punctuation. I'm going to keep moving on, friends. So are you ready for the quiz? Because today's Friday. You should know what's coming. You've done a few of these lessons with me. Which is not a part of every plant? And my choices are roots, trunk, or flowers. Well, I think trunk is like another word for stem, because flowers have stems, but trees have trunks, but that's the main source that allows the water and nutrients to travel to the other parts of the plant. So I think everything has that, so to say. But I don't think every plant has flowers. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to come down here and hit next. What do all plants need to survive? Sand, sun, or shade? Well, I don't think all plants need sand. I mean, they need some form of soil, but my sunflowers don't get planted in sand. My cucumbers didn't get planted in sand. Sun. Well, I know that beginning stage, I just wrote about it. In order for that seed to start to sprout, it's got to have sun. So I'm going to choose that one. I'm going to go to the next question. Oh, that's the final question, 3 of 3. What do the roots of plants do? Do they take up water from the soil? Do they hold the plant in the ground? Or is it both A and B? Well, I'm going to look back at my papers right here. Oh, Miss Morgan's moving her computer around. Jeez Louise. I'm going to look at my papers. I'm going to look at that life cycle that I have. And what's it, the roots? Oh, I have that labeled right here. The roots help to give structure in the ground and take up water and nutrients from the soil. So it's got to be both. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to continue on. Okay. So when you do this Nearpod video, it's going to give you your results. Let's take and reflect for a minute. How are we feeling? Do you think this lesson helped you in your understanding of the parts and the life cycle of a plant? So choose red if you don't think you understand it, yellow if you understand a little, or green if you understand it a lot. And if you're not sure, take a look at this diagram. Stop. Just think of a red light. Stop. Red means stop. I'm confused. Yellow means slow down, take caution. I need some more practice. Or green means go. I'm a pro. Whoop, whoop. Kiss my brain. I got this. In the bag. Hopefully we're all here at green. We're going to select that and we're going to continue on. Little extra resource chart for you. So here's the resource chart, and you're welcome to make sure that you print this off if you want. Unfortunately, we're not far enough along in spring to be able to see these different leaves. So my suggestion to you is to save this activity to go for a walk with your family, maybe later on, maybe next month or the month after in June when the flowers and the trees have fully bloomed and the leaves are out. And I want you to try to find the following leaves, okay? I'm gonna scroll down. And when you go through your Nearpod video today, you can take and copy these right down and their names and see how many leaves you can find over the next couple months. And then share back on Dojo. Hey, Miss Morgan, I went on a walk this weekend in the woods and I found 5 of the leaves that were from that parts of a plant video. Okay. So this typically would be the end because I gave you the assignment, but you can't really do the assignment yet. So Miss Morgan, she couldn't leave you hanging with nothing to do. So of course, I came up with something else. Your turn. You are going to be able to eat a whole plant. So what does that mean? I want you to find healthy, edible items in your house to make an edible plant. And I kind of took a picture and showed it to you here. So in your resources page and under Friday, there should be a link too for a very similar paper that's set up just like this, where there's the seeds, the flower, the stem, the leaves, and the roots. So I'm going to encourage you to use things other than what Miss Morgan used. So I used brown rice, broccoli, celery stick, spinach leaves, and I used carrots for roots because I'm like, what stringy that I can use? Now I can think of some string-like items that are edible that are pretty healthy for you, that you could use for roots, especially tearing it down, hint, hint. So I encourage you to use your paper, or even just draw this out if you don't have a printer, on a piece of paper, and create your healthy plant that you can eat the entire plant of. Take a picture of it, post it to your dojo page on your portfolio, talk about it in your team meeting at Zoom. You will have created your own little healthy snack for yourself. Okay? Have a great weekend, friends. I hope you enjoy the fun activity. For maybe save it for the weekend and do it with your family. I don't know. I can't wait to see all of the healthy plants that you make to be able to eat. And I hope you look forward to what's in store for you next week. We'll see you next week, friends. Bye now.